everyone. I'm Deb from the Leesburg Public Library, and we are here on location with Chef C. Carter at her kitchen cooking school on Main Street in Leesburg. We love doing these every month, and she does a cookbook demonstration, or a review rather, and then a demonstration from one of the recipes in the cookbook, and it's just been an amazing series that we're going to keep doing. Next month, we are going to be live on May 10th, and she'll be reviewing and demonstrating bowls of plenty. And one of the reasons why we do this, well, because we miss Chef C in our library doing programming, so we like this live version. But we also like to showcase the hundreds of books that we have for loan in the library, and we know a lot of people like to take out a book, check it out before they decide to buy it. One of our best customers in doing that is Chef C. Carter, because she will come and get books even though she knows she doesn't need any more cookbooks in her library. No. She ends up buying them. Yes. So a couple of books that we brought today, just to show you what we have available. One is Herbs and Spices. It's actually called the Contemporary Encyclopedia of Herbs and Spices, which Chef C has already spoken for. She didn't.
I'll keep it for a week. I'll only keep it for 1 week. I think.
And just put it on hold so that when she's done with it, you'll be next in line to get the book. And another thing, a book that we have is called True Blueberry. It's blueberry season here in Florida. I had the pleasure of picking blueberries on Saturday at Atwood Farms in Eustis. It was fantastic.
Lucky duck.
Got sweet crisps that were like the size of a nickel, and I got 10 pounds, froze them. So proud of myself.
I'm so jealous of you.
Oh my goodness.
Deb, did you eat just as many as you picked?
Oh, I ate so many.
Isn't it hard to just go?
We made up rules, my husband and I. We decided that every bush that we got to, we had to sample one first. So yeah, I was full after picking 10 pounds of blueberries.
Sorry, Allison.
Jay said we could sample. So anyway, enjoy today. This is a special month because Chef C did spice kits for everybody. If you have not received your spice kit yet for this month's recipe, then just chat us and we will let you know how to pick one up.
Cool. Okay. I don't know. Right before I get on camera, I either get itchy nose or itchy mouth or something. And then I realized that I didn't put my oil out for my recipe. So hold on, you guys. Let me make sure I got my oil here. Okay. So good thing we started over because I needed oil. I forgot my oil. Thanks, Brenda, from the Ancient Olive in the Villages. It's all about local, right? Those blueberries. So we were discussing, before we found out we had no audio, the author's name. So yeah, Meera Sodha is what I think her name is. But I could be wrong, Meera. You can please contact me and correct me. I would love that. East. And this book has 120 vegan and vegetarian recipes. And our recipe today is vegan. So I love that. I don't know if these non are, but if they are, then we're having a vegan meal. And I'm going to get into the book and the recipes, but this book has to, the recipe kind of needs to render and burn off some of the water. It just needs to thicken. So I want to cook first. Usually don't do that. But I want to cook first, and then we'll talk about this book. So I need to start my pan here. Today we're going to make curry tomato. And I thought, oh, curry tomato. My roots are in the Eastern Caribbean, so I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be really, really nice. Going to use some curry powder. No, there's no curry powder in there. But what there is curry leaves. And let me pause before I get started. I am the Roman Gourmet Z. Carter, and yes, we are here live at my cooking experience. And the school is located downtown Leesburg, 1215 West Main Street. And you can always go and see what's happening on our website, thekitchencookingschool.com. You can also go to getcookingwithz.com. the Roman Gourmet Z Carter on Facebook. You can find me. If you look up Z Carter, Z-E Carter, or Z Chica, you can find me. I can't hide. It's too late. Yeah, I always said if I made the FBI's 10 Most Wanted, I'd be on there for 10 minutes because somebody would know where I was. So, yeah, check us out. So I'm heating up my pan, and like I said, I want to cook first. So we're going to be doing curry tomato. If you get the spice kit, the library will share the recipe with you. But this book, I have a feeling if I were you, go through and put this book on hold because you're going to love it. Love it, love it, love it. Because I actually liked it. My husband, what do you call it when you eat meat but you prefer vegetables? Is it pescatarian or something? I call it flexible. No, because now if you give me a hamburger, I'm going to eat it. But and we will, but we prefer vegetable meals. So, I don't know, human. But so here's your spice kit. So all the spices are in this kit. So I went out and got everything for you, okay? So it makes it real easy. And all you have to do is stop by the library. It's free. I even gave you the tamarind paste. So look, you deserve it, so you better get it. And there's not that many of these left. So here are all of our spices. This is so pretty to me. Look at all these spices. And I have to be honest, I usually shy away from Indo-Asian cuisine because of the spices. There's usually so many spices. So I'm gonna put these in there because they want you to toast it. So that pan is hot. So that's all getting toasted. We're gonna toast and grind today. And you guys, those of you who aren't here, you are missing out on a very aromatic treat because you can smell everything like right away. Can you smell those? You hear those spices like popping and stuff? And you just do this, the coriander and the fennel will they react first, they toast first. So I'm just kind of, the chef in me wants to, even though we're using put them back on there. So there's the black mustard seed, coriander, fennel. It's just a lot of flavor. And I think there was salt that I didn't grab, so I'm gonna grab a little bit of sea salt there. So we're gonna toast these. And I got some tomatoes. We talked about the tomatoes and how the little container that the tomatoes come in, how you can actually use that to strain and rinse your tomatoes. So these are all popping and toasting. So doesn't it smell good? You smell it? Mask or no mask, you can't help but smell those. Now toasting your spices before the recipe, toasted spices are awesome, especially if you can do it right before, because it just gives your recipe takes it to a whole nother level. Now, I think I'm going to make some of this for dinner tonight. So I'm making enough for a full recipe, but we're going to actually, because it's me, Deb, and Courtney, we're actually going to just do half of a recipe. My little, trying to get all of it in there. There it is. Okay. All of that in there, and now we have to crush this stuff. You can use a spice grinder.
Flexitarian.
Flexitarian?
Gordon says.
Okay. Okay, you guys, I didn't know it was going to take so long to crush all of this. So So we only gonna crush what we gonna need. Maybe Deb can be my, you guys, they didn't tell me it was gonna take forever to pound this. My daughter has a really, really big one. I thought, no, I don't need it. I'll just order me a cute small one. Yeah. So I think I said it before, I usually shy away from recipes like this because of the ingredients. I don't like a whole bunch of spices. Definitely not keen on the grinding, but I know for a fact if I would have had a bigger motor, but I was trying to be cute. And I thought, no, I'm not gonna need a big one. Joy was right, Chef Joy was right. So if y'all see her, let her know. Her mother actually said she was right. So if you guys have a small pestle and mortar, please get a big one, because we all see. It's doing pretty good. Oh, and it smells right, like right here, because I'm right on top of it. You can smell all the spices coming together. Oh, it smells so good. And I gave you exactly what the recipe had, and because there's no salt in the beginning of this with this mixture, you know, you can go heavy. If you want a lot of flavor, you can actually, you know, get into having a lot of flavor. You know, put quite a bit of the spice in it. Because I know a lot of time when we use seasonings, and especially seasoning blends, what stops us is the salt. Yeah. You know, so you can't taste, you know, you can't put too much of it in there because the salt. But especially you guys who used to come to my cooking classes live, you all know I was a biggie on whole food cooking, which meant you add your salt. So that gave you room for a lot of things. When you add the salt yourself, you're in control. So now that I have ground these spices, I feel 10 pounds lighter. Get a bigger pedestal than I did, because I think I would have been done with this 10 minutes ago, because that thing would have just gotten in there and ground it all up. And she said, she didn't say, you know, she said grind it up, but she didn't say like uber fine or anything. So I think this is like really nice looking. It's got that nice golden hue because of those things were toasted. When you toast spices in your pan, don't put oil or anything in it. You don't want any oil. Someone told me when she was asked if she was vegan, she said she was a freegan. We said, what? She said, freegan. If it's free, I eat it. I'm with you on that one. There you go. I don't like my dietary needs to restrict anybody else's. And I think it always should be a choice of what you're going to eat. But I think we don't, you know, because people say, oh, that's okay, I just don't eat that. But if you're the hostess or you're with them, you feel guilty because you're not eating something, you know. Yeah. So I think if you're flexible, that, you know, it's just friendly for the crowd. So I just don't like mine to be my diet. But, you know, sometimes I'll eat stuff and sometimes I won't. So we're going to actually put these spices back. So the spice called for like 1 1/2 tablespoons. So I'm telling you, what I gave you guys, you will have plenty. If you put it all together in your spice kit and toast it, you will have plenty, because this is my little spoon here and I know exactly how much it is. So this gives me exactly what I need. So I'm putting that spice back in the oil. It smells so good. Okay. So I put the spices in there. And I'm going to put my onion. So remember, I'm only making half of the recipe because you guys are not here with me to share it. It's just me and the girls doing our once Monday lunch that Courtney never eats. Yeah, she goes, okay, you know, so. She's that one friend that the other two friends talk about, and I'm just kidding. Like on Real Housewives, you know. They should do one with people like me who cooks about our life so we could say, you know what? She's always complaining about my food, and I just really, yeah. So while that's doing it, I'm going through this recipe just like she said. So while those are cooking, I'm going to turn this down, do my tomatoes. Now, if you ever tried to cut tomatoes with a sharp knife, it ain't going to work. You need a serrated knife. This is my favorite tomato knife. And I know you could take your tomatoes and put them on your hand. Some people do a plate to do tomatoes. They take a plate and hold it, and then they slice their tomatoes like that. But I don't like cutting stuff I can't see. No, if you put a plate there, you wouldn't. Yeah, you just gotta trust the process.
I don't trust myself.
Oh, is that what it is? So if you use a serrated tomato knife, so you can cut a few of them, you know. Imagine doing this for 100 people. So I'm just cutting my tomatoes. And she suggests that you use like ripe heirloom tomatoes, which I got like these ripe tomato heirloom blend. I love those. I buy these all the time anyways. And I'll say to myself, today I'm only gonna eat yellow tomatoes with my snack. Gotta have some food fun, right? Oh, turn that down too low. There we go. So we just want our spices and onions to cook together and get a little translucent. And see, it didn't take long to cut those tomatoes. Wasn't too bad. And while we're doing that, we might as well work on our serranos. So I like serranos because I forgot the statistics, but they all aren't hot, these peppers. It's like a Russian roulette.
Oh, really?
Yes. But you can fix that by de-seeding and veining it, taking out all the white. So don't leave any whites. Now, I don't think, she didn't say it in her recipe. Her recipe, the peppers are just diced. So, and yes, Indian food, Indo-Asian food tends to be a little bit on the spicy side. So that's why I am de-seeding it. So I get the appearance of this wanting to be hot, but it's not. Right, when you, like, it gets more black pepper than like pepper hot, you know. So it's a manageable pepper hot. So it's nothing that you have to say, oh, I can't eat it because it's spicy. So if you were avoiding this recipe because you thought it was going to be spicy, then don't worry about it. All you got to do is de-seed, take all the white out as much as you can, and just like a jalapeno, so then it will be edible. So we're just gonna mash those in there. I'm gonna turn it back down a little bit so I can have time. I'm doing this because someone goes, oh, you should do more more prep because I guess I do too much dump and cook, so you guys get to see me do the fun part.
It is fun watching you.
Okay, I'm here for it.
You get to see all the things you're doing wrong.
Yeah, right? And like I told people in my classes, I'm part Martha Stewart and a whole bunch of Rachel Ray. And then I guess I realized a little bit of Sunny because I love her. So me and Sunny like to taste and eat our stuff. She makes good food. And you know the only time I watch Food Network or cooking channels? When I'm in the doctor's office.
Really?
Doctor's.
Wow. Well, you're busy.
I know that too. And you know what? I just want to I want to give people me and not some version of something else. And when I say like I'm Martha Stewart or Rachel Ray, I'm actually talking about what you're expecting. Like, I try to be organized like Martha. And then to me, Rachel Ray is like, she's like,
A rebel.
yeah, she's a rebel, and she's probably Martha Stewart's nightmare, you know, like her, you know, like your etiquette nightmare.
Yeah.
You know, when someone says, you go, oh my God, I can't believe. So I could imagine Martha sitting home, and I know she's fun. She hangs out with Snoop, but this says diced really small, so I'm just crushing it up. Yes, I'm still using my tomato knife, but I'm right here on the tip. So just mashing it so it'll be easier to dice up. But yeah, I kind of think of her as her sitting there going, oh my God, look what she did. I can't believe she did that. So I'm doing this. Then I'll use my big knife and come through and chop it up. Let my knife do the work like I tell the kids. Rock your knife. I was working this weekend. I told my assistant, who I will let remain nameless, I said, could you chop up this for me? And she went, sure. I went, no, not my good knife. I was like, ugh. I thought it was funny. So we're going to put the garlic. We're going to add the garlic and the peppers to the oil, and I think I'm going to need a little bit more oil. Just want to check myself.
What kind of oil are you using?
I'm using oil from the Ancient Olive, some olive oil from the Ancient Olive. But you know, a lot of these countries, they use vegetable oil, you know, and yeah, vegetable oil is a big, you know, I think we're the ones that kind of get all freaky about our oil and stuff. But vegetable and palm oils are used a lot in other countries. Mm-hmm. And if she said something about that, I just totally missed it about the oils. Because I like it when I talk about this book too. She's kind of thorough like everybody else. Peppers, de-seeded, so. Courtney, do you like spicy food? Yeah.
But you said that, the peppers want a whole lot of seasoning. Oh.
So if you were to go out and get hot wings, what kind would you get? Barbecue. I said hot wings, not barbecue wings.
That's hot to her.
No, you get barbecue so you wouldn't get any heat. Deb, what kind would you get?
I like the medium buffalo wings.
Medium, thank you. Medium buffalo wings. So basically the standard,
Yes.
you wouldn't ask for like hot or anything like that. Yeah, I think that's what I would get too. Because that's the nature of the wing. That's what you're getting them for, their buffalo wings. You have buffalo wings with barbecue sauce? No, those are barbecued chicken wings. They're not buffalo wings anymore. So rethink your life, okay?
I like barbecue more than buffalo.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, she wouldn't get hot wings, so there's no. Okay, so we're gonna add some tamarind paste. This is, I mean, it doesn't, it smells strong, and it really is. It doesn't take much. And I put some tamarind paste in, so so we got the tamarind paste in there. I just want all my tamarind paste that's on this spoon, so I'm taking it. Okay, and I spent my whole time. I guess I should have turned that off. I spent my time while we were doing that crushing more. So like I told you guys earlier, you're going to put about eight tablespoons of spices in a pedestal. This small one ain't the way to go. Get a large one. I just thought it was cute. So I guess that's what isn't it? Yeah. So the tomatoes and garlic and the peppers and the garlic had to cook down for about 2 minutes, and then it wants you to add the tomatoes. So we already cut the tomatoes in half. I'm going to stir it real quick while they're all together so that the tomatoes get the flavor. And I'm also going to put the curry leaves in there too. So I have some fresh, but if you have a kit, your kit has dehydrated. So I was supposed to put these curry leaves in here before the tomatoes. So I got sidetracked. So I'm putting them in the middle here so they can cook really quickly. And I kind of scooched my tomatoes out of the way so my curry leaves. So curry leaves are so neat. So I wrote some facts about curry leaves. They're a tropical plant, and it's also called sweet neem. It has a citrus, anise, lemongrass kind of flavor. Um, do do they smell like curry? A little bit. They do. They have, and I think that's why they're called curry leaves because they do have that flavor. Um, Once they're cooked, it goes from a sharp bite to a nutty flavor. It's green, so you know how some things that are green have that snap on it, but it still has that nice light curry flavor. It's nature. I think it's really neat. You can dehydrate them or freeze them. I had some fresh ones, and I also had dehydrated because I wanted you guys to be able to get them in your kit. So I bought you the dehydrated ones. So you can kind of just take them and just put them back in there, and the oil will kind of rehydrate them some, so you don't have to worry about it. So you can just kind of use the bulk of your dehydrated ones in your kit and just save a few to just crumble on top of your actual recipe, so you can do that. So the only thing I didn't check here was how much coconut milk I was supposed to have because I'm only doing half of this. So it says 1 can, so I'm only going to do a half of a can of this coconut milk. And make sure you shake it really, really well. So I'm going to bring my tomatoes back in the center. Now when you do the full recipe, she asked that you use 2 pans because she doesn't want your tomatoes on top of each other. She wants them to have a flat, so that's usually you can do that with 2 pans, or unless you're like me and you have a really big one. If you have a really big pan, then you can do that. So, yep, that's about half of that. Okay. So we're going to actually let that cook down. You don't want to cover it because you want all of those, you want to reduce them. So tomatoes are, they're water, they have a lot of water in them already, so they are going to water down and stuff. So the way you can tell that kind of the majority of the water has evaporated is you'll start to see the oil start to come up along the sides and separate. So you'll start to see that. So, and to keep the tomatoes together, you want them flat out in the pan, and you don't want to stir. You don't want to mess with them because they're going to cook. And it's really pretty. I want to show y'all. Can you see in there? In the pan? So they can kind of see in there. Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it does a heart good when you know that you can recreate a picture. Deb, can you do me a really, really big favor and reach in the fridge and get me water? I'm just going to die. I try. I'm trying. You guys listen to me go, you know. I don't know if anyone caught the tamarind paste, but I got the Asian Kitchen brand. No, I'm not endorsing them, and they didn't pay me. Should things change, I'll let you know. Thank you. I was going to die. Sorry to ask for the wine in there, but that'll work. So yeah, this is the tamarind paste, but you can find it in the local grocery stores too. And if not, you go to the international foods, but if not, you can go get it on Amazon or somewhere like that. So that's that. So yeah, East by Meera Sodha. That is what I think, and I invite her to call me or tell me if I said it wrong, if anybody knows. I love this book. The cover is so cute. I love it. I think she should do like a journal, but anyways. So I love her because she is a mom, and the funny thing is, she's not a vegetarian. That was not her life. And she did a cookbook. Her first cookbook was made in India. For the most part, we know that majority of Indians in certain regions are vegetarians. And from that, she said that she got a phone call, and they asked her to write. She got it from the Guardian, called her and said, "Could you write our vegan column?" She went, "Oh, okay. It's an opportunity. I'll harness it." And from that, you know, one event led to another, and she actually ended up writing this book. And so her first book was, like I said, made in India. This has 120 vegetarian and vegan recipes from Bangalore to Beijing to Asia with an Indo-Asian flair in it. So I had to write that down because I wanted to make sure. Life as she knew it was kind of not this, it wasn't difficult. She just had a baby when all of this happened. So you imagine a baby crying in one ear, and which isn't bad, and then someone in the other ear saying to you, "Could you work for us?" You know, and so she wanted to find out how she could blend that together. And so from that, she realized that writing this book, it changed her approach. She couldn't travel like she wanted to explore. And so she decided to travel by reading. So she read up on all the places and what makes the people and things like that. And so she did that, all holding baby, and then when she couldn't get any further, she lives in London, she went out and visited markets and you know, grocery stores and stuff that related to the food that she was cooking. So I thought it was a real research book. Another thing that I like about this, fits my life perfectly. These recipes are unassuming and they are quick. There's a couple that are 20 or more minutes. That's just life, but she wanted these recipes to be quick and easy and full of flavor, and that she does. It's in this book, and I love it. I love this book. So the most part, you know, just like all these cookbooks, everybody has gotten it. The pictures matter. Yes, they got it. The picture matters. So let me show you. She actually, and I thought this was heartwarming. Her dear friend passed away in 2019, so she actually has a page dedicated to him and that. So, and it makes you think, you know, I'm the type of person like, who is this person? What did they mean to her? So eventually I will look into that, you know, and stuff, but I just thought that was very sweet. So it's full of color, even the chapters. So I mean, like I said, the book is very inviting. Let me show you her. Oh, don't you like this art? I know, and I don't think, I need to find who the artist.
Did you notice that your apron really matches the cover of the book?
Oh, look at that. So you know what I like, right? um, Here she is, her and her daughter. That's the author and her daughter. So isn't she cute? So, okay. So yeah, like I said, they got it right. Look at that. That is gorgeous, isn't that? And I love these chapters. And and the chapters in here are small snacks and small things, salads, noodles, curries, rice, tofu, flour and eggs, legumes, sides, condiments, sweet and helpful things. So she goes from beginning to the end, and I love it. That is like one, I put all these sticky notes. Do you take them out when I give them back to you? Explore, yeah.
I tried making that once as a teenager.
Oh,
And
really?
we all had a really hard time making rice balls.
Yeah.
See,
Difficult.
noodles, bin noodles. I'm taking them out, Deb. I saw her face kind of. She was like, oh my gosh, there's so many. I mean, look at these. And I don't even like beets, so I wouldn't eat this, but this is beautiful. I might would try this with golden beets because they taste different. More beautiful pictures. This actually finished itself. So, I mean, this is so, she talks about rice. So if you're someone, rice is very assuming. So Courtney, you might want to get this back, and she will tell you how to make those balls. And I mean, if I went through everything, she talks about tofu. If I went through everything that I like, it'd be more stickies in here than that. So she explains tofu and how to cook it. She has a temp there. I know. Everything in here looks delicious. So I definitely knew I had to get this book. She has Szechuan eggplant, tandoori broccoli, black and corn with miso butter. Showing you guys upside down because it don't matter. Let me go back to the roasted carrots and cabbage. And you know what? Even if you aren't a vegetarian, this is a good book to just have for sides, for side dishes. Because you think, how many ways can I cook broccoli? If people think you just steam it, boil it, bake it, so whole root squash. So with black bean and chili oil. She has banana tartane. Look at that. And her sweet things. Rose strawberries with strained saffron yogurt. So if I could figure out I'd probably do the cheating version, use some really, really good Greek yogurt, some really nice Greek yogurt, and with the saffron. I mean, when you think about saffron, we just think about just things that are yellow. So you use it more for the color first, and then a hint of the flavor, because most of us really don't know what real saffron tastes like. So for her to use it in that way, I really, really love that. And then in her helpful things, look at the pictures. I just love it. In her helpful things, she just talks about grating and grinding your nuts and what things are, educating you on the different things, what flavors they bring to the dish so you know what to expect. Because when I saw curry tomatoes, I went, oh, curry powder, I got that, no problem. That's all me. I can do that. No, there's no curry powder in here. There's curry leaves. So that is that. Look, Debbie, I took them all out for you.
Thank
you.
I have to show this.
Yes, I wanted to. Isn't that gorgeous? Please let me take a picture real quick, and then we're going to, and I think because I made half of a recipe that it was easier to cook quicker. So you guys, this recipe, not only is it, it's friendly, you saw that it was quick, it's easy. Yes, the work end is getting the ingredients, but I helped you. I got all the spices for you. What more can you ask for? So, I mean, and she said you can serve it with naan or rice. I wanted some naan. I'm tired of rice. So I got this naan from, where did I just put the bag? Oh, here it is. Okay. I got these. They're like little mini ones. They're like little pockets. So I got these. And they're on sale at our grocery store this week. So I think, and this, doesn't it smell good? It's amazing. And I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of salt on here because I didn't add any. And I just know salt, this is sea salt. I know salt and tomatoes are just good. Courtney, can't wait to get some? Courtney is very nice, you guys, because she usually is like, oh, that was nice, thank you. I have to get back to work and go throw up. That was great. Probably sitting in the car with her Starbucks like, I'm teasing. I can appreciate your palate, Courtney. I appreciate it. I'm trying to see what I want to scoop this out with. So you guys, thank you so much for hanging in there with us. I appreciate it. There's a few more kits left. So if you want the kits, reach out to Debbie at the library. You can message them on Facebook. You can call the library. Get your kit. There's not that many left, but they're free. That's the awesome part. I am overly positive I'm going to be able to find some spices for us to share next month. So it's going to be coming again, and they're limited. I can only do so many. I had a little thing going. Visit me on my page, the Roaming Gourmet Z Carter, the Kitchen Cooking School, and we'll see you the next time. I'm going to scoop this up. Ooh, this looks so good.